Hello, this is Ryan, and I'm your instructor for data assessment this term. And I want to introduce myself. Again, I'm Ryan Cardula, and I live in Emporia, Kansas. I was a math teacher in Emporia High School for 15 years, and from there I moved to central office, and I've been there for 11 years. And my current title is Director of Assessment Accountability. I take care of all the assessments, I take care of accreditation, I work with a lot of data, and things like that. I want to take this time also to go over the class with you a little bit and show you a few things. So whenever I start class, I always start with the Forte's website. And from there, I would go to students or faculty, but I'll go through the students path. And then I click on Blackboard. Because a lot of things are done through Blackboard. We only use Blackboard for grades and for some basic announcements. But I would prefer that you start in Blackboard because things work a lot better if you're logged into Blackboard first. And then from there, go out to the communities and things like that. Everything you need is in Blackboard. There's a link to the course shell. There's the announcements, and see here's the announcement you got from me earlier. Here's our community. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go to the course shell. This is our course website. This has all the information you'll need about the class. So it looks like this. Here's our syllabus. You should take a look at this. You can read it. And if you want to make it bigger so you can read it, there's these little links in the upper right-hand corner. If you click that, it'll actually make it, it'll pop it out and it'll make it its own tab. So you can read our syllabus. Here's me. Here's a link to our community. It's a little bit about me. Here's my email address. If you need to call me for some reason, you can call my cell phone or my office. And here's a little bit more about me. You can read all about me. Again, we're involved in 4-H, and I went to community college. I master's in math. And then, yeah, you can just read about me. The next thing is interested is a calendar. So this calendar will be all of our assignments and modules. And it comes up right here. You can see kind of when's due, and you can see our first assignment is due on Sunday. One thing I do recommend is right here behind me, you'll see this Add Google Calendar. You can actually click on that and add this calendar to your Google Calendar, so it's there on your page. Next thing I want to point out to you is the standards. We use a couple sets of standards. We use the NELP standards and the ISTE standards. And you can read a little bit about what the standards are. And if you want to actually read all the standards, you can click these two links and it'll actually pop out to the documents where the standards are contained. For this course, what I've done is I've actually gone through the ISTE standards and I've listed out the ones that apply. So these are the only ISTE standards you'll use in this course. So you use one of these, no others. And the same thing for the NELP standards. I went through those and picked out the ones that apply to this class. So these are the ones you'll use. So hopefully I made that easier and less complicated when it comes to listing standards. They're on these pages. You can print this off and have them to refer to. The next thing is our modules. This page here is our module page. The first thing I want to point out to you here is this piece, how to correctly address the standards integration requirements. So I'd read this and make sure you're hitting it. Big thing is here is paraphrasing and things like that. Here's the modules. Here's some things about the assignments. Again, you can read all that. The next thing we get into is our modules. So they're right here. So for module 1 is our first thing is due Sunday. It's the video. And you're going to do what I'm doing right now. You'll make a video of yourself. You kind of go down through this. You'll kind of see like module 3 is this one. Module 2 is this one. Something about module 2 you might want to take note of is that you do need to visit with your principal or district leader. So you might want to get that scheduled as soon as you can. You go through and look at all these. There's discussions and things like that. Like module 8 is interesting. And one thing I do have in here is there's a little bit of social media. So I do ask you to post on Twitter. So take a look at that a little bit. Here's kind of that statement about your standards and make sure you're getting them posted in here. A couple things I do want to point out to you is module 15 is our case study. I want to take a look at this. It comes up here eventually. But again, here's that link. Here's that little button to make them bigger. You can print this off if you want to. You can read all about it. Scroll down, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Scroll down. So the first one is the case study. The second one is the directions. And the last part is the rubric. So you can take a look at that. And one last thing I want to point out to you about the actual community is this is a module 16 is a collaborative module. It uses a consultation process. This is done in groups. So make sure you take a look at this because I put you guys in groups, y'all in groups. So like group 1 has these 4 people, group 2, and group 3. You need to make sure you schedule this because I do ask that you do this collaboratively through Google Video. So if you have problems with this, you may want to take a look at this early so you can get it scheduled. I wouldn't do it early because you need a lot of stuff in this class to be able to do this module, this project. But just make sure you get this scheduled. And if you have trouble, let me know and we'll work out something. Just visit with me. I'm big on communication. I really want to know what's going on. If you have problems, please let me know. So that's pretty much our shell. Next thing I want to point out to you is our Google Plus community. This is our Google Plus community. It looks like this. You'll see the as you post, like for module 1, you'll come in here and click module 1, and you'll post your video in here, and I'll post my video in here in a little bit. But you'll post in here, and you just click here, and then you just fill out your post, and then you hit post, and you have to choose your place. One thing about this is make sure that if you attach like a video or something that you give their post time to load. Just don't click it and then load it. What I usually do is I'll type in my post, and I'll actually put a link right in my post, and that'll actually load it automatically for you. So links in there, that's a pretty good way to go. So again, this is the community. This is where all the posts go. This is where all your collaboration goes. This is where all your discussion boards go, etc. There's also some links here back to the course shell, also to the calendar. So hopefully this helps. Again, I'm excited about this course, getting to work with you. If you have questions, please let me know. If you have problems, let me know, and I'll work with you. I'm pretty open. My goal is for you to produce the best work possible, and I'll give you lots of feedback. You'll get lots of information back from me about how you're doing, and if it isn't quite right, I'll work with you to get it right. So again, this is Ryan, and look forward to working with you.